I'm a very simple kind of guy. So the apps I'm going to show you here are going to be, fairly simple, run-of-the-mill apps. And actually, 3 of them are Apple's own apps that come pre-installed on the iPhone, iPad, all that stuff. I like simplicity. So if you haven't already checked him out, though, Christopher Lawley, he has some awesome videos in this nature as well about his top whatever apps on the iPad Pro. And those are a lot more complex than the apps I'm going to show you here. And so if you're into something a little bit more complex than I'm showing you, go check him out. His apps are awesome. His videos are much better than mine. But if you're here and you want to stay and watch mine, let's get into it. First off is Mojo. I love this app. I have the Pro version of this app, which is $40 a year. But this is what I use to make the intro clips and short animations like that for my videos. It's mainly used for Instagram stories, but I've seen a lot of people use it for their YouTube videos to create some of these nice and simple animations that you see in my videos. Even the free version, you can do some things, but of course it is limited. But even if you do go the Pro account route, it is only $40 for the whole year, so that's not bad at all. Some cool features about the app are if you want to remove backgrounds from an image, you can do that, but only in the app, and then you can change the background color. But if you remove the background, then save it to photos, it defaults the background to white, not without a background, unfortunately. But other cool things is that you can add some stock music from the app into the animation you're making and add custom backgrounds and such. Yep. So next up, we have probably my favorite app on this list, Canva. Canva is really interesting. It's like Mojo, but not for animated things. So I was able to design my wedding invitations and everything paper for my wedding. I was able to do on this app. And they can print images and posters or whatever you design for decent prices. I don't have the Pro version of this one, and that's because it's $110 to $120 for a whole year, and I'm not made of money. But this app is probably used by more people than you think. Like if you watch Max Tech do some of their Versus videos, this is the Versus image they use, I think. It's similar at least. It's a Pro image, so you have to pay like $1.50 if you want to save that image or whatever. But this is the app I use for all my thumbnails. After that, we go to Photoshop Mix. I love this app. It's free to use, and I mainly use it to cut the background off of certain images, and then I'll put it into Canva to change the background color or whatever. And then on top of that, literally you can add layers to images. Like check this out. I used a couple apps for this one, but I made this with a Christmas gift I got for a friend. He needs a girlfriend really bad. And I added Baby Yoda, cut out the background from Baby Yoda's image, and I added him as a layer to this New Year's family card. Pretty cool. Next up, we go to Bigvu. This is a teleprompter app. I use this in all of my videos. Like, once I get my script down, I can put it in this app, and it'll tell me approximately how long the video will end up being. I really wanted a teleprompter, but they were really expensive, and I couldn't find any good apps for it, but I randomly came across this one day, and I just have the free version, and it's really nice. You can choose where you want to start, and other things in that nature, like font and speed. Also, as you can see, it uses your camera, but I prefer to use the main camera from my 12 Pro Max, so I never use the camera that is, built into that app. But pro tip, have the camera and the words of your iPad right up next to your main camera so that it doesn't look like you're looking away from the camera. Okay, next up we have LumaFusion. This is probably the most popular editing app for the iPad Pro. It only costs $30 compared to the $300 version of Final Cut Pro for the Mac. And if you're like me, and you are determined to make your iPad Pro your main computer, then this app, at least in my opinion, is perfect. It has everything I need. It's pretty easy to figure out and use. And if you don't have the Magic Keyboard, it still works via the touch interface and with an Apple Pencil. But I'd definitely recommend using a keyboard, mouse, trackpad, and all that. Makes it so much simpler. Okay, speaking of simple, let's go even simpler. My favorite Notes app is, yes, Apple's Stock Notes app. I love that it can sync to my phone. It's already pre-installed, I can share notes with friends. It's just a simple and easy to use word processor. It's great for Apple Pencil use too. I write all my scripts with this app and sometimes use my phone, which it auto syncs to when I don't have my iPad on me. You can make different files and folders, share with people, lock certain notes, and have a widget for a certain folder too, so that's pretty nice. Staying on the simple train, next up is Safari. Again, another stock Apple app, but I've always found it works great. Internet browsers in general are so underrated. I prefer that over using apps for certain things on my iPad. I use this to find B-roll images for some of my videos, and it's just full of info. I use this for my eBay instead of the eBay app, but I still prefer the YouTube app on the iPad. Also, as you can tell, I haven't gotten the iOS 15 yet, but I'm considering the beta, but since this is my only YouTube device, I'm trying to play it extra safe, especially since I put the beta on my phone, which is actually running really well. Okay, 3 more apps to go. One more of them is an Apple app, and it's the Files app. A lot of people don't like the Files app on the iPad and iPhone, but I don't mind it. Yes, it has a lot of flaws that Apple needs to freaking fix, but I honestly didn't care for Finder too much on the Mac. Files is simple, easy to use. It can recognize my external hard drives, so that's nice. It can also open up multiple instances of the app, so when I'm transferring files, I can see what I'm doing. It's really nice. Okay, up next, and I had to put it, is ShiftScreen. You do have to pay for this one. It's like $5-10, I don't really remember, but it basically fixes what the iPads have been missing for a while, and that is external monitor support. I don't have space in my apartment for an external monitor, but check out these images. When I was living with my parents, I had a desk, and I was able to use this app when I had an external monitor plugged into my iPad. It's really helpful, and again, Apple just needs to add this to their iPad, but until then, this app is perfect for that. Okay, last but not least, this is another paid app, and it's probably not what you expect. This isn't a productivity app like the rest. This is my favorite iOS and iPadOS game. The OG, Final Fantasy VII. I can play it on my phone for a DS-like experience, and then sync it to my iPad via iCloud and connect a PS4 controller to it and pick up where I left off, with the controller and the bigger screen. It's kind of like a Pokemon game, if you're into that like I am. But, you know, like, battles are fairly reminiscent of Pokemon. But the biggest downside of the app is that it was $15. But for me, at least, I think it was worth it. Well, that's it for my top 10 favorite and simple, awesome apps for the iPad Pro. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Let me know in the comments which app was your favorite, and if I missed any apps, and what app is your favorite. Check out my other channel, Under the Covers. My friend and I make some covers of songs that we like, and then also original songs coming soon on there. So go check that out. Link is down below. Other than that, I'm Jake. This is Shot on my phone.